In other words, I would think that Jack Brabham is just about to take away John Surtees' fastest lap. In case you can't remember, the fastest lap in practice was John Surtees, under 1 minute 39. Quite a few did under 1 minute 40. So far we haven't got down to that.
Well, now we've had 21 laps of the race gone. We'll hear from Stirling Moss later on during the race, and also he will give his summary at the end of the race. And after 21 laps, that will give you an idea how much Jack Brabham has caught up on John Surtees after he had that spin. But as Bill Reynolds told you, it was a wonderful recovery, and this will now make the race very, very interesting.
Certainly reminded me of a fabulous speedway effort, that control slide of John Surtees, who, without any loss of time at all, under the time it took him to spin, was pointed in the right direction and off again. There has been a change in positions now, where Bruce McLaren has passed David Mackay. There's Brabham streaking away down Hume Straight, really going very hard indeed. He's doing his very best to catch the Flying Englishman, John Surtees, and the race is developing more interestingly all the time.
Now, officially, we have John Surtees lapping at 1:41.8, Jack Brabham at 1:41.7, and just 6.1 seconds between these two, and then a further 16.6 seconds back to David Mackay in the third position. But a most interesting tussle now with the race as it draws near to halfway. With Jack Brabham now negotiating polo corner and just 6.1 seconds behind John Surtees.
There's Jack Brabham going up to Leger corner. Going around there really quickly. He's really trying, just out in the dirt there. Any danger at all of losing control. There he goes round paddock, taking quite a wide line in so that he can get a close line through the second of the S's before he gets down to Homestead corner. Quite bumpy across the crossing there. There he is on the right hand of Homestead, and Jack Brabham doing his very best to catch John Surtees as he flies down Hume Straight.
It is wonderful to see in a race over a distance of 45 laps such as this that the interest is maintaining all the time, particularly with these two. It is reminiscent of this international race that was held here last year and won by Stirling Moss, because in the first 21 laps of that race it was a wonderful tussle between Stirling Moss and Jack Brabham. And now we see the same thing again this year between John Surtees and Jack Brabham. And there's John Surtees, the leader.
There's John Surtees. Using up all the track and apparently going into his limit. Very fast dice around Polo corner. Very fast acceleration up the short straight to Leger. And there's somebody spun. That's car number 8.
Looks like Lex Davison having the spin there on the corner. Lex Davison, there he is. He's quite okay though, signalling that he's quite okay. Lex Davison in the Cooper Climax car 8. after 23 laps, we're in the second half of the race now, and the positions still unchanged, with John Surtees in car 2 leading Jack Brabham in car 4 by about 6 seconds, and then about another 16 or 18 seconds it is now back to Bruce McLaren in car 10, and then David Mackay in 4th position in car 5.
In spite of the extreme heat, remarkably few mechanical failures, most of the field still circulating very well, and there's Graham Hill in the four-wheel drive Ferguson as he negotiates Ledger Corner. Coming very fast down pit straight. Somewhat different line, you'll notice, round paddock to the rear-wheel drive, it seems.
Officially, John Surtees is lapping at 142.6 now, a little slower than before. He did step up the rate, but Jack Brabham has shortened the gap between them of only 5.2 seconds. That is the closest they've been since the start. 5.2 seconds between John Surtees there in car 2 and Jack Brabham in car 4, who is lapping at 142.3. So far he is lapping at 0.3 of a second faster than John Surtees. Well, Sterling Moss has just come over here and said to us that, in his opinion, John Surtees will be out within a couple of laps. And Sterling, maybe you would like to elaborate a little more on that.
Yes, I reckon that John has some sort of trouble. His lap time has definitely dropped. Not that much, but it has dropped. He did 1:43.2, whereas before, you may remember, he was in the very early 40s, or sort of 1:40 point something. And his last lap, which I'm just working out, has been 43.6, 1:43.6. At the same time, exactly at the same time, more or less. More or less at the same time, Jack Brabham did 1:41.8. In other words, the track has still got the bit of oil that I was mentioning on it, I should think, but John Surtees has dropped a couple of seconds, or Jack's caught up a couple if you like, but I wouldn't be surprised if John Surtees has some sort of trouble, maybe gearbox or slipping clutch or something. I wouldn't like to guess what it was.
Well, that was Sterling Moss giving us his opinion on how John Surtees is going at the moment, and if what Sterling Moss says turns out to be correct, well, that would then leave Jack Brabham in the lead, and possibly he could get his wish of winning a race here at Warwick Farm. But of course we will have to wait till the race is over to find that out. And after 26 laps, John Surtees only leading Jack Brabham now by 2 seconds, leading by 2 seconds after 26 laps.
That is, of course, a very, very close result indeed. And whilst we feel that our crowd here is extremely impartial, there's nothing better they would like than to see the local boy, Jack Brabham, of course, comes from Sydney, win this very big event here. Now we're at the northern crossing. With John Surtees on the causeway. Developing here with Jack Brabham closing up the gap on John Surtees little by little. Not very much in it at all now. Surtees streaking up to Ledger. Jack possibly a little bit faster through here. Still takes that beautiful line with just about 6 inches of dust off the edge of the track every time. There he is. Round paddock corner, both of them quite safely.
And there's no doubt about this race, as each lap is going by now, is developing into a great and titanic struggle between these two. The question is, can John Surtees maintain this lead? And also, can Jack Brabham just make up this very short gap between them, as you can see now as they go down through Creek Corner and over through to the S's. Certainly building up into a great, exciting finish as we get into the second half of the race, with these two still in the lead, been in the lead all the time, right from the word go. And Surtees winning the start from the pole position. But there they are together, Surtees in car 2 in the lead, and Jack Brabham just those few yards behind in car 4.
Close up on him now, really close up. Successfully negotiated both the Causeway and Polo, now going up to Ledger. Look at Jack close the gap there suddenly. There they both come round, beautifully controlled slides around Ledger, and right past us here, our vantage point, down into Paddock Bend.
Well, now after 28 laps, the positions, the leading 3 or leading 4, still unchanged. Tony Maggs in car 3 has dropped back, and Viv Stillwell has come up one position into 5th place. So it's still John Surtees, Jack Brabham, Bruce McLaren, David Mackay, Viv Stillwell, and Graham Hill. They are the leading 6 cars at this stage. But of course the interest remains with these two, John Surtees and Jack Brabham. Brabham only a second behind him now, possibly even less than that. There they are, out through the S's. It's 0.4 of a second officially after 29 laps. 0.4 of a second Brabham behind Surtees. And so the interest is really building up into a tense struggle between these two.
Jack Brabham seemingly having a slightly better line coming out of Causeway up to Polo than did John Surtees, and there he is close up on him. But Surtees having a little more acceleration up the short straight from Polo to Ledger. Here they are both now negotiating Ledger. Once again, Jack a little bit steadier line, so using more track. They are absolutely nose to tail. A beautiful, exciting race.
Well, there's no need to give you any official times now, how far they are apart, because it's quite obvious. You can see that it's only a matter of a feet now, with these two having this great battle. They're now on the 30th lap, 15 laps to go, and so anything can still happen with these two great drivers vying for the lead. And looks like Brabham has got him, trying to pass him as they get him down to Creek Corner. He could have passed him. We'll have to wait and see how they get on. Have to wait and see how they get on as they come out of the S's. Brabham could be in the lead. He could have taken him there right at the bottom at Creek Corner. Yes, Brabham has taken him, and Brabham has hit the front in the 30th lap.
And certainly a beautiful effort, a wonderful piece of driving on the part of Jack Brabham, who apparently had some speed up his sleeve because he fairly flew past Surtees going down Hume Straight, and apparently had not used that little extra bit. But here he is now. The new leader, Jack Brabham, up the short straight from Polo to Ledger, and seemingly increasing his distance very rapidly from John Surtees. Apparently he's tried that